We are back, and Shard has had an experience.
You want to tell us about it?
So I catch my breath, and all I can say at first, all Shard can say at first is, "There's something. There's something." It doesn't make any sense, but there's something.
What kind of something?
And also, the only other thing that they can get out is, "I should be better than this." That's like all they can say.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
God.
Okay, I need to stop and think about what my character would do. Because anyone
Same. I had the same thing of being like, I go over to you and I'm like, oh my goodness, you okay? And then I'm like, no, I don't know.
Would my character do that?
You're much
no, actually,
for that.
I think Val actually probably might. How comfortable is Shard with like physical touching and intimacy and contact of that kind?
Shard doesn't like being touched.
Yep.
There is a standing house rule that you don't touch Shard unless Shard asks for it. So
yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I think Val just like goes over to be like nearby the hover chair and is just like kind of making like I hear and acknowledge the feelings you're expressing and they are valid like noises and like encouragement noises. But isn't wordsing much.
Shard, you're still feeling some of that like confusion or like brain fog.
Yeah, because Shard, really the digital world is where Shard goes to meditate and feel themselves and feel whole, and like they have control. Whereas the real world is where they lack their memories and they have their friends, but not much beyond that. So it's really just like knocked them mentally for 6, I think. And so that's the only words they can get out. And they're kind of just mumbling really, really quietly about a piano. Just real quiet.
I think I look up to like Val and I'm like, and I kind of mouth like piano.
Val does not like any of what is happening. This has been a bad day. All of this is no good. And all of it is kind of spooky. And so I think Val takes like a deep breath in and closes her eyes and then just like slowly lets it out and opens her eyes again. And I want to like judge, because that is a thing I can do with my magic spooky powers. I want to judge others.
Sure.
And more importantly, I want to judge the possible intersection of others and homunculi.
Cool. All right.
And so like starting with Shard and then moving on to Sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chuck. The challenge value is 10.
Cool. Oh, okay. I think they have a thing. I wanna. I'm gonna make it a bit weird.
Good.
Is everyone cool if I spend some cash?
Sure.
Yep.
We always forget to do it anyway. So.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna spend 6 cash, Ash, to get a D12.
Yep. Also, I am rescinding the rule for the moment about like you can't. So you could also have 2d6 for that.
I'm getting 2d6. That's just mathematically speaking. That's just better. So I think they reach. She reaches into like one of the pockets of her suit and pulls out a little. Like a little Tupperware, like a really little, tiny little one, like the one that you keep like a USB in that you don't want to get damaged. Only instead, it's filled with this like disgusting, tacky, viscous, like brown juice.
Great.
It looks kind of like a bin juice, but it's some kind of secretion from the cockroach spirit.
Wow.
And look, I'm playing a gross character. You'll just. I'm playing a gross character. Stop me if it gets too much, but like that's where I'm gonna go.
Oh my God.
And I think she like opens the container and like dips her finger in the goop and like smears it across her like eyelids as part of this ritual to help her see juicy secrets.
Oh, that's so bad.
It's cool,
that's
Emily. Don't you make faces at me.
It's not cool. It isn't
It
cool.
is. My character's cool and gross, and you
And everyone was horrified by my spine last week. I feel like I'm cleared now.
I feel like we're doing like an escalation thing here in like creepy, gross, weird shit.
look. My character is cool and gross. This was always my concept. Everyone is making me feel bad about my character. I'm joking.
No,
You're all lovely. Alright, cool.
Came here to be
So
a
I'm
cool
gonna roll
cyberpunk, and
soul.
honestly, I'm feeling so attacked right now.
I'm gonna roll soul. I'm gonna add my challenge value. We're gonna see what happens. Yes.
Nice. So yeah,
Thank
you
you,
want to?
cockroach spirit.
Yeah, definitely. So you want to know about like the intersection of Sleepy, Val,
I want to
and
know
Homunculi?
if the bad starfish has its gross tentacles currently in either of Shard or Sleepy.
Yeah,
or
alright.
if they are not, or if like their spiritual selves are not where they should be, and instead with the weird starfish.
Yeah, so I think are you dropping into the ethereal to do this, or are you just reading it like?
No, I'm like looking around. I got like
Yeah, cool.
I've turned on detect magic.
Yeah, cool. Sleepy has these horrible marks all over her, where like they're like ring marks, just right, like
From the suckers.
from the suckers, and Shard has just one over their eye, as if they maybe got caught in some like when that was all when the falling happened, maybe they got a little bit
It's like brushed.
brushed or something like that.
Yeah.
There is no homunculi here currently, but Bridget is definitely like deeper down than you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even in there.
That's
Right,
right,
like, yeah,
Sleepy,
Sleepy is away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have...
I think actually, Aula also has like some marks, but it seems like those marks have like not bruised as easily or something on them.
Okay.
Do I
That kind of makes a weird sort of sense, actually.
do like a visual self-inspection? I use like the mirror behind the bar to check,
No, you
like,
don't,
my
because
back?
you weren't part of the like.
Yeah, I was at a distance.
Yeah.
Isn't it ironic that the only action that I can't do with magic is heal? Is it... Have we... Like, is our previous experience with this starfish spirit that it can only hurt you while you are, like, in sleepy dream space?
Yep. This is unusual.
Yeah, cool. But so, like, if, like, when we are conscious, it doesn't seem to be able to, like, get us.
Yeah.
But then Sleepy wasn't.
Sleepy was Sleepy
Or
was
was half conscious.
Sleepy was dozing.
Yeah, right? Like, the door was
So
open,
that's. Yeah, but that's more aggressive than we've known it to be before? Is
By
that.
a long way. You've never seen any
I think-
physical world out like consequences.
Yeah, okay.
I think, like, first I want to get Sleepy back, and then we can worry about, like,
Definitely, I'm
dealing with
concerned
the thing.
about being
Yeah,
there now.
Shard is starting to come around a bit, and all the next thing that Shard is saying is, "We need Sleepy. We need Sleepy."
Okay.
Allah,
Yeah.
I can wake Sleepy up. Should I wake Sleepy up?
Can you do it carefully?
Yes.
Are you lying?
No, I think Val has more confidence than I, the player, do. Yeah, Val's like I can try
Okay.
really
Yeah.
earnestly.
Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, and I like go over to Sleepy. And I like put my hands on her like temples. I hold her face so that my thumbs are on her temples, and I'm like, hey, Sleepy, come on now, Sleepy's body. You know it's the middle of the day, the sun's out, circadian rhythm, Sleepy's body, this is not the time to be sleeping, this is the time to be awake. And I'm just like cajoling Sleepy's body. I'm just like, Sleepy's body, stop doing this, you're doing the wrong thing. And I'm trying to either sway or transform, flesh.
Yep.
And I'm like,
it's swaying flesh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like chemically engineering Sleepy back to wakefulness.
Yep. Have a crack at it.
Let's see what happens.
This is still has tentacle in your way, so
Yep.
9.
Oh boy. Should I buy another gear? Should I?
Or get help.
Yeah, or get help. Like, do we think? I think one of those is good because I don't want to see what failure might look like on this.
I think. Well,
I was going to say I can transform myself. I'm a social shapeshifter. And I suddenly just like snap into protector role. It's not Shard's natural role, but Shard definitely cares for their friends. And snaps in and is like, let me help. I can do this.
So, which skill are you helping with, Shard?
Transform self, or
is that digital work?
Mystical.
Mystical work. Cool. Yeah, great. Cool.
I have one single mystical die.
I love it.
Nice. Excellent.
So you've got a bonus, good, Cherry.
You've got a bonus 10. Bonus D10, unless Cherry wants to spend tension to add more. But you've only got 1 dice in it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just a single D10.
I think just to load on our odds, I might also get a purchase. I think, if people think that's a good idea.
Sure. Yeah.
What are these called? What's the Apocalypse World terminology for this thing? What's the Ash? The things you stab in people to make them wake up in Apocalypse World. It's a more evocative name than just an EpiPen.
Or
stems. We got some stems.
Cool.
Bar stems.
Mystical, magical stems.
No, they're just normal, because, like, we're just coaxing her body to do it. Like, I just, like, pump full of adrenaline. And I'm like, come on, Sleepy's body. You can do it.
Yep. I think that was the option I was going to go for otherwise, so that makes sense to me.
Yep. Alright, let's see what happens.
Poor Sleepy.
Alright, so I've got an extra D10, and I entered as 1 D10, Ash, or D10?
1 D10.
Thank you.
You always enter the full, like, in your purchases and skills, in everything, right, like, 1, like,
Number.
XDX.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, and the challenge is 9.
Fucking heck.
I'm so good at magic!
Yeah.
Yes.
Sleepy, alright, so, Sleepy. You're wandering towards this strange figure who never seems to get any closer, despite the like however many like giant sucker-like things you pass on this fleshy desert. Do you do anything? What's your response? Do you just keep going, or do you
Yeah, so like if like walking towards this thing doesn't get me any closer, like if I like shout at it, like can I hear my own voice? Like do I make noise?
I think you only hear the echo of your voice.
Oh, that's weird.
That's spooky.
So Sleepy is not a big fan of this like deep sea creature kind of thing, and especially like not being able to hear herself. So like probably one of her reactions is like to try and just like reach out to the digital. Like does she like like if she tries to like look for like a Wi-Fi like signal, is that like something that comes up while she's? Because I'm not sure that it's clicked in necessarily that she is asleep.
Yeah, okay. So as you search for like as you like go to the part of your mind that tries to think about like digital things, right? Like just as you try and think about anything in that format, it feels like the harder you pull at this, the figure just starts getting like pulled closer to you. Like as if they were on like a spring or something. So like you like look down to like try and like be like, okay, cool, is there anything? And then you look up and they're like here in front of you. And then because you've been distracted from it, they just sling back to where they were, like quite far away.
Okay. So like we said before in the last episode, like the way she like focuses on like getting into the digital, it's like by cranking her tunes, but like obviously she can't really do that in a dreamscape. So like she tries to focus by like humming to herself and like focusing on the shape in the distance and seeing if like just like focusing on her like humming her favorite song, which is definitely not the Wi-Fi password. She can like kind of like make this thing like come closer to her.
Yeah, so yeah, she slowly manages to draw this like shimmering face like thing that is like 1,000 faces as static electricity on a TV screen, like just like draw it closer and closer. It is, yeah, indistinct, slightly lanky.
Okay.
It just kind of drifts over the it kind of drifts over the ground, but like not touching it. Like it doesn't walk. It just like it's like its legs and feet just hang and it drifts over the ground.
Okay.
And I think, yeah, it's hard to identify like a gender. It's hard to identify clothing or anything.
So like she doesn't want to like stop like humming because like she's worried that if she stops concentrating, it'll go away. And as much as she hates this idea, like she really does not like homunculi. Like this is the only like control she has over what's happening. So she attempts to communicate it like not by like talking to it, but like by like singing like words to songs that like kind of like make sense like in the context, like who are you, what are you doing here kind of thing. But like to the beat of her favorite songs.
So
It's a spooky dream musical.
It sounds like you're rolling socializing to try and like get questions out of him.
Yeah, I can do that.
Whatever.
Socializing is soul, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think I did that. Okay.
Excellent. Nicely done. So,
That's how you roll.
yeah. Ask up to 3 of the following questions. Who is lying? What is X about to do? What does X want or need? What is X really feeling? And what does X believe?
What does... Oh, I'm sorry. I literally just forgot the things. Let me scroll up and I can... Okay. What does X want or need? What does this thing want or need? This person. Whatever I'm talking to.
Yeah. Recognition. It... Yeah, like... It's simultaneously, like, trying to stay out of the way, but at the same time, all it wants is to be, like, seen and recognized and, like, and, like, accepted. Be a part of something. You're not quite sure what that is. But yeah, that's what it wants. But at the same time, it's doing all its behavior seems to be the opposite of that, right? Its behavior seems to be that it like hides and puts barriers and things like that. And like you're aware of the fact that like recognition in this place means nothing to it, right? It means like at another level.
The other question is, who is lying?
I mean, it is because it's trying to make itself seem like a natural part of this dream, but it's not. It's not supposed to be in this space. Like you got like whatever this space was created as. It was created for you, and this thing has inserted itself. Yeah.
What is it about to do?
I think you start to hear the echoes that are like of like your voice. You're singing these lyrics about like what are you doing, right? And it's like time to wake up, body, sleepy body, it's the middle
Come
of
on,
the day,
sleepy's pituitary gland. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's drop those melatonin levels.
And
you
like
know you can do it.
and then yeah, I think what was it you said, Shard? You were saying something as well, weren't you?
Piano.
Oh yeah, and then like and then there's the word like piano.
Oh, after that, I was like,
after that.
yeah, I'm like mumbling about the piano, and then I'm like, we just need Sleepy. We need Sleepy.
Yeah, and I think at that point, like it like looks up and like then like looks down, and just and I think it just like awkwardly scrambles into one of the suckers. Unless you want to do something while it's doing that, but you are aware of the fact that like I think your feet have lifted off the ground and you're like starting to like float up like you're suspended by balloons.
Can I try and like touch it, like reach out and touch it?
You can roll endurance to try.
Sure, that endurance.
Actually,
is
no.
skill.
You need to roll. You need to roll soul for this, but you can add your endurance dice to it if you want.
All right, roll soul. I can roll soul. That's unfortunate.
I mean, yeah, you touch it. And yeah, you're. I mean, so here's the question actually. What does Sleepy look like in the ethereal, right? Because everyone looks different in the ethereal and in the digital, right? Like they're two separate things. The ethereal is all about your feelings. The digital is all about your thoughts, right? Like, what do you look like in the ethereal plane?
I think in ethereal plane, like if anything, like she looks like smaller than like she normally is, because like that's kind of like a representation of like how she feels.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like not so much like a physical kind of person as she is like the outline of who she is, like a kind of like a see-through ghosty version of herself.
Yeah. So yeah, you reach out and you touch it, and the static, like gets stuck to your hand, and like you look at your hand and it's flickering between like thousands of different hands, as you and you're like looking at it as you like float up and away, and then whose hand is it's so yeah, Val is like moving a hand in front of you, right? Like, you know, come on, like, hey, and like your hand becomes that hand and you're awake.
Oh yeah, so like as she like wakes up, like definitely like she's already like reaching out because she was trying to touch this thing So since like Val is like right over like massaging her temples, she just like reaches up and like takes Val by the face.
Yeah, we've got like a mutual face grab going on. Hey, Sleepy. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
So like she's like looking around and she like doesn't. It's really weird. She's like looking at her hands.
I like breathe a big
What
kind of like
happened?
let all my breath out in relief.
And Shard kind of shuts down a little bit from having shapeshifted and kind of retreats back into themselves. Just kind of start staring at the neon, just like absorbing it.
Yeah, it's like Sleepy like taps Val's hands and is like, "This isn't what I thought you meant by a pick-me-up."
And Val just like shakes her head and like lets you go and is like, oh. I hate the starfish. It's bad, Ala. It's real bad, actually.
I don't know that it's bad. It's just confused. Maybe.
Did you see it? Is that what was happening before with the floating?
I was like in a thing, and there was a bunch of things, and it was really quiet, or it was really loud. I don't remember. And there was this like staticky thing, and it was really hard to talk to.
Okay, you're gonna have to be a little more. Give me some visuals. What did it look like? The starfish, or is this something else that isn't starfish?
Yeah, she like shakes her head and she's like, I don't know what it looks like, but it doesn't look like a starfish. It like maybe it looks like I don't know what it looks like. It looks like the space where a person should be.
I like immediately look over at Shard, and I get like a bit of like my face goes a little bit pale, and I like look back to Sleepy, and I'm like, did it look like? Hang on, I'm trying to remember what we called it. Yeah, I'm like, did it look like a scanner shell?
No.
I mean, you would like being conscious. You would be like, oh yeah, kinda.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood what you meant by scared shell.
So that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that we sometimes encounter that is related to whatever happened to Shard, and sometimes we see this like weird empty person, and it makes us argue with each other.
And
it
it's
just wants to be
following
seen.
me, but I don't believe anyone.
Yeah.
But right now, Shard is still shut down, just staring at the neon.
Yeah, so I'm like, so a little bit like that. What's that got to do with the? But did you see the starfish, or did you not see the starfish?
It was like we were in the starfish or on the starfish, and it's like inside it, but it isn't it, but it is it.
At this point, Shard kind of comes back around, having kind of meditated on the neon enough. And just as Shard is prone to do after these shutdowns, just starts like spinning words at 100 miles an hour. Hasn't heard any of this conversation that's just happened, and has not really realized they've missed it, but is just like info dumping what they saw in the digital, and doesn't understand how they screwed up a simple AI coding, like something they've done 1,000 times in the last couple of years. And so they're kind of it's just like all spilling out, words tumbling out. But through this, you kind of glean about the piano, about that there's something in our territory that it's interfering in some way, and Shard couldn't figure it out, and that we need to go back, but we need to go back more than one of us. We need to go back together. At least perhaps me and Sleepy, or if anyone else wants to join us, but we need to go figure out what that thing is what you all kind of get from these 100,000 words that just spill out.
So like Sleepy like makes like a motion with like her hand to like let them know that she heard them, And then, but she's like going over to the bar, and she's like kind of surprised because there's this like big hole in it now. There's just like this hand-shaped hole in it, and the sink is like leaking a little bit. And she's just like looking for energy drinks, so she's gonna like start snacking on stimulants.
I mean, you're already pretty fucking stemmed, right? Like,
Yeah, but she's so tired.
yeah,
I toss you.
that's
I toss you a second one.
The last thing she wants is to go back to sleep.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think I sort of like as Shard has been like explaining like that we need to go, like all of us go to sleep on purpose, or at least some of us, and find like chase this thing and find out what it is. You can definitely tell that Ella is like distinctly uncomfortable and conflicted about that idea in some way. And so like when Sleepy goes over and sort of starts getting extra stims, Ella looks like a little bit relieved and is like, yeah, but not tonight. I think maybe we need to have actual rest. Like, you know, even if we're not sleeping, we should just have a rest. I think that was a lot. That was a lot for sleep.
Shard explains that they think you've misunderstood, and that they just they mean that we need to go back to the digital world and at least put something on this thing that exists there just to protect us.
Oh, right, yeah.
At least figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. Yep. We should absolutely do that. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I look like profoundly relieved.
Yeah, and Shard is relieved that they've finally been understood. After like spilling all these words that barely make it.
Yeah.
Well, how about we take a break there, and then we can like see what that looks like after the break.
Sure.
Cool. All right, we'll be back shortly, chat.